Hi, I'm Brett Swarts, founder of Capital Gains Tax Solutions. Hey, we're covering the number one thing to focus on for your Bitcoin deferred sales trust transaction. And this is part one in a couple part series where we're just kind of trying to make everything very clear and concise for you if you're considering selling any cryptocurrency whatsoever and you want to defer the capital gains tax. Part of what we believe here at Capital Gains Tax Solutions is giving you freedom for capital gains tax when selling your highly appreciated cryptocurrency. And as a part of the journey so far, and the clients we've helped, we've come across a few things that I think you're going to really find helpful in this video. So, what is the number one thing to focus on when selling Bitcoin using a deferred sales trust? Well, the first thing I would say is the strategy and motivation behind why you are selling. In that particular part of it, I want you to focus on the timing and setting a target. For the deferred sales trust clients that I've helped so far, 100% of them who have sold cryptocurrency using the deferred sales trust had a hyper-focused clarity plan with their numbers. In other words, they knew exactly what they wanted to sell for and what that amount would mean to them if they could redeploy that into something else. For one client in particular, he was in his 40s and he's married and he has a couple kids and he's been working in the tech Silicon Valley for over 20 years. And part of what he wanted to do was to have enough to be able to retire on, to not have to go back to the W-2 job. And so his motivation was time with his family, time to be able to travel, to have some location freedom, to be able to sleep well at night, knowing that he's taken care of and his family's taken care of at a conservative rate of return. The other one, she was in her 20s and she really wanted to focus on starting a new business venture, had a dream of building a business with her college roommate. And so for her, she knew that this amount that she could defer to be able to kind of redeploy all tax deferred into another business meant she no longer also had to work the W-2 job or let's say building someone else's dream. She wanted to build her own dream, or she had her own ambitions and do it with somebody she really cared about and had a good, close relationship with. And so really understanding the why behind your selling, right? There's always financial reasons to sell, and then there's personal reasons to sell, and there's also business reasons to sell, and trying to focus on the motivation and the strategy behind what that means to you. That's always, I believe, the number one thing to focus on. And as a part of that, it has to do with timing, right? So timing not only of the investment crypto world and the prices, but also timing for when you're going to be able to execute that next business plan or open up that next chapter of your life. And so again, for both of these clients, they both had an exact target on the number they need to be. For example, one client, when he was selling Ethereum and Bitcoin, but mostly Ethereum, he had a target price of 3,000 price of Ethereum. And so for him, he had to wait. And when it hit that number, he knew exactly the amount he wanted to sell. Also, it's important to understand that both of these clients of mine, they didn't have they didn't want to sell everything all at once, right? In other words, they were going to dollar cost average out. They believed in a long-term investment strategy of Bitcoin and Ethereum for these two cases. And it was rather, if I could just take a chunk of it out now or dollar cost average out, what would that mean for me moving forward? And so for one of them, Ethereum needed to hit 3,000, and it did. And they were able to sell multiple millions of dollars out all within 1 hour. And we'll talk about all of that in the next few videos as well. The second one had a target price at 54,000. And again, she looked at it as, look, this number at 54,000 equates to this amount of USD, and this amount of USD is exactly what I need for my next venture. In other words, they had a plan and a strategy for the numbers. It wasn't just arbitrary. It was very clear. It was very thought out. And so that is the best thing that you can do. It's like business planning or setting goals. All the things we were taught to do with anything else in life, we want to make sure we're doing that with our investments and the sale of our cryptocurrency. The second thing would be just a reminder that, again, you don't have to sell everything out all at once, right? There can be you can not just like you can dollar cost average into different investments and different real estate and different businesses. You can also dollar cost average outside of the sale of your cryptocurrency. So don't feel like you have to do it all at once. You can form one trust and you can have multiple assets sold or the same asset sold, different amounts over time, a period of time. So it's actually very seamless and very flexible for you. Hey, I want to invite you to check out my next video, which is all about getting to know the team, right? And this is the second most important thing to really focus on when it comes to using the deferred sales trust for your Bitcoin or other cryptocurrency transaction. And that involves the trustee, which is me. It involves the DST tax attorney, financial advisor, the banker, looking at all the people that are involved. That's on the next video, so I want you to check that out. But in the meantime, I also want to call you to some action right now, and I want to encourage you to join our free Deferred Sales Trust Mastermind, which happens every Friday, by the way, at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and or 1 p.m. Eastern Time, where we are live streaming the mastermind, and you're welcome to join, ask questions. We're talking about the deal close story of the week. We're talking about all things Deferred Sales Trust. It's kind of like a classroom. We're all sitting having a beer or drinking some coffee together, and we're just kind of trying to break this down for everybody. There's some clients that come on of mine. There's some strategic partners that come on of mine, and there's folks just like you who are learning about the Deferred Sales Trust for the first time, and you're saying, "Man, am I alone in this, or is this thing real? And are other people doing this? Can I go through a process with people who are learning about it for the first time?" And you can, and that's every Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern, with the Deferred Sales Trust Mastermind. You can go to capitalgainstaxsolutions.com right now to register and also to learn more about the Deferred Sales Trust. That's capitalgainstaxsolutions.com. So go there right now, register, and we look forward to seeing you in the mastermind and also chat with you in the next video here that's coming up shortly. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. Please share this with someone who could help out, who is feeling challenged with capital gains tax when selling their highly appreciated cryptocurrency.